This program is paid for by Schaefer Eye Center and does not represent the views of this station.
Evolution is a constant. It knows only one direction: forward. Hey! Advancing, adapting, modifying, learning from every moment, every experience to transform right now into what's next. Because vision is evolving. Are you?
Well, as we continue this series about Schaefer Eye Center and the communities that we all are involved with, including Birmingham, Hoover, Vestavia, Mountain Brook, Trussville, Pelham, everywhere, I now have one of my good friends, Stephen Hoyt. And you know, Stephen takes care of 5 Points West better than anybody I know. If you're going to have something done, you better talk to him. But we have a lot we got to talk about. 5 Points West, Party with a Purpose, Crossplex. First of all,
education with a purpose.
There you go.
That's right.
I want to thank you for being on. I mean, you know, that's important. I know we've developed a great relationship and working. We have an office in 5 Points. More importantly, we're going to start with Party with a Purpose because, wow. For y'all who have not been to this event, I'm going to let you explain the event because I'm blown away.
Well, Party with a Purpose really started when Inslee were having so many murders that were taking place, and so I would be invited to the candlelight vigils. And so one evening I was invited, and I said, you know, I'm tired of coming to candlelight vigil. What happens when you blow out the candle? Then I thought, then we need to do something to empower the people. And so we came up with Party with a Purpose, which is a day of empowerment, job fair, educational fair, health and wellness. We're saving lives. We have a blood drive. You know, we have a kids corner. We cater to the kids. Entertainment, from gospel to jazz to whatever you want to experience that day. Horseback riding, tennis, 3-on-3, the whole gamut. And so it's a day that, and it used to, and when we started, we thought we would just deal with people who were from Inslee, but it is much broader than that because it's a regional approach to community involvement. And of course, not a single murder has taken place in Inslee since we've had this event. And so that's the kind of impact that we're making on this community and the city of Birmingham.
Wow. But, you know, I have a friend, in fact, both of us know her, who just bought a house right there at the beginning of Inslee. She's at a doctor's house. She said she got such a great deal, and she lives there by herself in that house. And I asked her, I said, you're not concerned? She said, concerned. She told me there hadn't been a murder. This Inslee is really a changed place.
Well, it has changed, and you know, a lot of times the community is driven by perception, and or the lack of it being driven is because of perception. And so from our standpoint, we have tried to be very intentional in terms of how we grow the 5 Points West community. You know, we got Sarah Honda, we got Schaefer Eye Center, the Crossplex is there, and it serves as an impetus for that community. And so we're looking for even greater things. Now we got a Captain D's that just moved into the area, but it's prime. It's the highest density per capita in the whole state of Alabama, Inslee, the Inslee community. So the volume of people are there, the traffic count is there, and so all of the things that work in other communities that serve as a, I guess, as a scale of when people want to choose to come into communities is there.
Yeah,
it's 5 Points West.
and
Well,
by
you
way-
know that.
oh,
You got
yeah.
your business.
Yeah, we've been there for
how many years?
a long time. I can't even think. We just, you know, we redid a building. We're going to do more. But I do want to say, and Party with Purpose, you know, Anthony Marino,
Listen,
You know, if y'all have not been to Marino's, that's a grocery store been out there, I don't know how long.
60 years.
60 years, and he cooks food for, his grocery store comes in, he's a local grocery store, comes in, cooks food for everybody, and it was 10,000 plus people
That's right.
there.
Absolutely.
Eating his food, and he's there working, cooking, and every time I've gone to find you, you're in the blood bank. I see you giving blood every
That's
time,
right.
and your wife.
Well,
and
and Anthony has been our chairman for the last 6 years, and he has done an excellent job. And not only that, but it was Anthony that decided that we need to do something besides just Day of Empowerment, but we need to do something for our children in terms of education. And so Anthony said, what if we do with education with a purpose? And of course, he got you involved in that, and Schaefer's been a wonderful asset to us as we try to empower our young people throughout the Birmingham school system. And it's just not the Birmingham school system that we would include, but even some of the private institutions that are there
Right.
have access to the scholarship. And so we could not have done that without, this is our third year with Education with a Purpose, and it grows each year. Last year we gave over $8,000 worth of scholarships, and it was just incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing, you know. And Anthony, he doesn't just call up and ask you. He said,
no.
"Oh, by the way, we're doing a scholarship program. Thank you very much."
Yeah.
He doesn't
But,
take no.
but I think, Dr. Schaefer, I think people need to know that you're entrenched in the community, and I don't say that lightly. There are others who perhaps come and make their money and they leave, but Schaefer I is there, and you have continued to be there, whether it's Tuxedo Junction, whether it's Party with a Purpose, or your own event that you have, the
City Fest.
The City Fest. All of these various venues that provide a wholesome experience for family, entire families to come out. Not only are you bringing families together, but even the intercultural exchanges that happens that normally would not happen if you weren't having these events. So we really appreciate that very much. The city appreciates it because I think you say you had 140-some employees. That means that you're making a difference in this community.
Well, I do thank you. And I have 104, but I have one Mark Petrosky.
Okay.
We have a manager that we both know.
Yeah,
and
we can't leave out Mark.
No,
Mark has been entrenched, and of course he worked for another entity. That's
Cotton's,
why you hired him.
forever.
Cotton has been in the community for a long, long time, and Mark has been a stalwart for that community, as well as Anthony Marino. They both have been very concerned and quite entrenched in the community and its development.
And I just want to thank our staff in the five. They've had a stable. They're all there. They all loved it. We love your patients, and we love all our patients. But I want to thank you very much. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this, and then thank you for being on our show.
Well, thank you.
Thank
you for having us.
Of course, you already know Schaefer Eye Center as the destination for designer eyewear. Cartier, David Yurman, Sama, Robert Mark, Barton Pereira, Salt, Oliver, Peoples, and many, many more. With over 3,300 frames available, we can help you find the perfect pair for your individual needs, style, and budget. Okay, you're looking for an eye exam. You open your insurance book, and boy, we're so happy that many of us now have eye insurance to cover our eye exams. And we know at Schaefer Eye Center that we have a team of people that studies your insurance every single month. Because whether you have a medical insurance or vision care insurance, and they're two different things I'll explain in a moment, it's important that we understand what you have before you come in the office. We need to know your deductible, we need to know your copay, and we will do this for you because this is very confusing to most of us. So, not only does Schaefer Eye Center accept your insurance, we understand your insurance, and we can help you go through the process of booking that appointment through your insurance. So again, when you open your books and you see Schaefer Eye Center, call us. We're happy to see you and take care of you. Now, when you get to see us, the issue also is it's not just about your eye exam. That's usually covered at usually 90%. It's also about your glasses. And whether your insurance covers 100% or just a small amount like $100 or $125, at Schaefer Eye Center, we make sure we have the right products for you. And Sophie, who's in charge of all of our buying, has now done a great job in building a collection of frames, almost 1,000 frames in every office, that will be covered either completely by your insurance or you'll just have a small out-of-pocket expense. Now, it also is important because, you know, Schaefer Eye Center is known for fashion, as we've discussed this. We make sure that we get the best products you possibly can get, because it's easy for us to give you a $39 or $49 product that's really not going to look that good and not hold up. It's important that we give you, for about the same price, a product that not only is going to hold up, but really looks good. So Sophie, talk about some of the brands that you've brought in now that we call our bridge brands, which is like bridge clothes. It's not the most expensive, but these are well made, high quality, and truly fashion oriented.
Well, you know, when people come in and they want something that's covered by their insurance, or they don't want to spend a lot of money, a lot of times they're looking for a brand name. So we try to have some really great variety in the brand names. We've got, just as an example for a sort of a more high fashion, Salvatore Ferragamo. Definitely a very classic brand, very classic look.
And again, it has the same look as just the other. I'm just going to take this one out and show you. We showed you Robert Mark and how, I mean, this is Ferragamo. It's very well made, high quality, and again, high fashion is a word we use to describe the name brands that we're going to go through.
Another one extremely popular is Vera Wang. Vera Wang.
Wedding dress Vera Wang.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, you're going to see everything on these frames, from a very elegant look, some of the
Let's
metals.
show that. I'm going to show that. See that, and again, it can have the whatever this is called.
That's crystals. It's got
Swarovski crystals. I said it right. Or it can be plain, like.
This one, yeah, this is a little bit. This is again going back to what we were saying in trend. It's got the gradient color. Again, color is very popular right now, for men and for women.
Keep going, and we can.
A really exciting brand that I'm excited about is Original Penguin. So they do the clothes where you have, like, you see little penguins and stuff.
And again, I heard we're also getting
Lacoste.
little alligators.
Yes.
So we have penguins,
And
which
alligators.
was, I think, before my time. You must be older than me. And we're Lacoste, the alligator, will be now one of our newer brands. But I want you to go over here and talk a little bit about Now, I see the name brands, you know, Jane Barnes and other things, but I really want you to talk about something that you did. You know, you said we need to bring some really good fashion that's very affordable, that's even better than these other ones. Talk about our new line.
Okay, so I'm really excited about Moto. Moto is a great company. They make extremely well-made frames. They're all handmade in Japan. They use the best materials. These are titanium. This has got the tortoise look, but it's a very,
I'm gonna
very,
try
very
that
light.
on because you know we talked the other show about all this high fashion ultra light, but this is exactly the same.
Yeah, it may be as light as some of the others,
It's
if not
phenomenal.
lighter. So Moto does a lot of really great looks. They do classic looks. They do some more fun, funky things with color. This, for example, you know, what's more popular right now than a Xyle frame? You know, a combination of the matte, the tortoise, and the black. So these are things that are right on trend with what we're seeing in the major eyewear designers. But these are at a great price. So most of these frames are, like you said, not going to be a whole lot of money outside of your vision
Right.
insurance allowance.
So again, we are trying to work with your insurance and still make sure that not only do you look good, but you're getting high quality. And you know, we have a few more name brands we can talk about here: Calvin Klein, CK, Michael Kors, Ray-Ban. Everybody knows Ray-Ban, and we have a full collection. The main thing is we're going to make sure at Schaefer Eye Center you are going to look good when you leave here, whether you want to spend a lot of money or you want something that's really a lot more affordable but the same quality. And again, I do want to take a few minutes to touch on children's, because we did dedicate a lot of time to developing a children's optical in every one of our main offices. And you know, if a child's going to wear glasses today, they want to look just like the parents, but they love fun. And so first, would you start with this, because I love, before we move to the fonts, the colors are just so neat.
Okay, Italia Independent. We talked a little bit earlier about Italia Independent. They're a great Italian company, fun, funky colors. This amazing material that I can't begin to explain how flexible it is. This is great for kids. The Italia Independent Kids Collection. They make about 6 or 8 different styles, great, cute styles. There's a little cat eye frame that's adorable as well. But the thing that's neat about them is that all the styles come in about 10 different colors each. So you can get the pinks, the greens, the blues.
And that's what kids like. They like to have fun with it. And so if they're going to wear the glasses, have fun. And the same thing with LaFont. LaFont is not only it's not new, it's one of our key children's line of just really, really neat. I'm going to take this one, just show the inside, where they can have fun, even though it's a simple color. When you look at all the different shades in this frame, it's sensational. And now we're going to have LaFont also for adults.
This is, you know, what I like about this is that this looks like a little grown up. Like this is that look. A lot of parents love to see their kids, you know, with the sort of preppy look. You know, they like seeing their kids in glasses that look like theirs. And like you said, kids love to look like their parents. So the little LaFont collection is a great one for that.
So we're excited about making sure that we have products for you to make sure no matter what budget you have at Schaefer Eye Center, we're here to take care of your eyes. Start with the eye exam. We will understand and take care of your insurance for you. And thank you very much for watching the show. The science of seeing better goes well beyond just an ordinary eye exam. At Schaefer Eye Center, our doctors and vision specialists use the latest in advanced diagnostic equipment to not only make sure your eyes are healthy, but that you are too. Of course, we can detect all the things you expect, like glaucoma, macular degeneration, and ocular hypertension, but also many things you wouldn't expect, like early indicators of more serious health conditions like diabetes and even brain tumors. Perfect vision. The freedom from wearing contacts or glasses can be yours with Schaefer Laser Vision. We helped pioneer the use of LASIK surgery in Birmingham over 20 years ago, and our own Dr. Jonathan Wilson has performed over 80,000 surgeries, including more than 300 eye doctors. Just imagine being able to see well into the future without wearing contacts or glasses. Okay, Joe, if you would blink your eye. Now, as you can see, this is what the eye examination moves to as we're doing ocular surface disease. We actually have 3 different dyes. And again, this is nice and color, we'll have fun. We always pick 2, not sure which one you're going to get, Joy, but we really want to dye the eye with different kind of dyes because we watch the tears and how they work with the eye. We also like to look and see how the surface of the cornea is, and that's what these different tears do. They stain the cells of Joy's cornea so that we can actually determine which cells are dead, which one's dying, and actually what the dry eye is all about. It's a real simple process, and this is what starts the dry eye evaluation.
So basically what this device is doing now is it's unclogging those glands. Now we realize these glands that are clogged haven't worked correctly in a certain period of time. So not only are we liquefying that oil, then we'll start to clear it out. And as this device continues, and you'll hear it start to do multiple pulses here shortly, what it's doing is it's ideally just using warm heat to squeeze the glands, sucking out that clogged pore and really starting to get it working the way it should. Post-treatment, each and every day, that gland, you got to realize it hasn't worked in probably quite some time. So now it's going to start working.
You can see right now it's growing in pressure on her eye. As it starts stepping stone, you'll start hearing it now, and she'll tell you. Tell us when you start feeling the pulsation. There's one.
You can actually hear it.
That's what boom.
Pulls it out and it goes back into your eyes.
It's really
Melting.
an eye massage.
Melting.
It really is. And the patient, just like Dr. Schaefer said, they're just relaxing. 12 minutes, their eyes are shut. They're just kind of chilling out there. Some offices play soft music, some light a candle. It's really a spa-like experience. One thing I'd like to add is as soon as this 12-minute treatment's done, that patient can resume normal activity that day. Drive a car, go back to work, go out, enjoy their day.
What it felt like or meant to not be aware of your eye, I guess that's the thing to me. Like, I'm not aware of my right eye anymore. Whereas I was constantly aware of it before 3 weeks ago. So I'm really excited to not be aware of my left eye. Because then my left eye started bothering me way more than my right.
This is the only one in Alabama. This is the first and only one in a year. And again, I wanted it a year ago. I mean, I've had this done. Mine was done over a year ago, and I saw this a year and a half ago. But I couldn't pull the trigger on spending the money, and then again.
So right, because of the cost, that is something that's a big factor. Not only for your
me
practice,
and for you,
but also
and
right
for
for
the
the
patient.
consumer.
Will insurance ever pay for it?
No, because especially with affordable care, they're not going to add any new procedures and elective procedures. They just won't do it, and the company doesn't even. They're not even trying to. If the company's not behind it, they can't even do it because right now they're selling every unit they have. I mean, there's a waiting list to get these units. So if anything,
And you can use care credit though.
and yeah, so we have a care credit card where you can do that. And like I said,
So will the procedure be administered by a technician or actually a doctor?
the doctor
Just
always
like
places
this.
the lens in the eye and removes the lens out of the eye. The technician will stand here. We always have an assistant and someone's always in the room with you. And right now there's just 2 or 3 because everybody's watching it get done.
So what side effects, if any, could someone experience?
There's none. There's not been one single side effect reported through the whole FDA study and through the 100 units that are out there around the world today. It's probably 70 in the United States, 30 units are outside the country that were placed in the original. Of course, you already know Schaefer Eye Center is the destination for designer eyewear. Cartier, David Yurman, Sama, Robert Mark, Bart Pereira, Salt, Oliver, Peoples, and many, many more. With over 3,300 frames available, we can help you find the perfect pair for your individual needs, style, and budget. Well, as we continue our show about Schaefer Eye Center involvement in the community, and there's so many communities, our first community in Birmingham was Hoover, Alabama. And I'm with my friend Mayor Gary Ivey, who not only is the mayor, but also a fellow businessman, because I knew you as a businessman before I knew you as a mayor. Yeah. And also we have Jason Cobb, who's president of the Hoover Chamber of Commerce, because again, I remember in 1979 when I moved here in 1980, I think I was a charter member. I'm not sure, but we were trying to figure that out. Welcome to the show, and I just want to start and thank you. When we built this facility, this is our flagship facility this year, working with the city was absolutely the easiest thing I had to do. What the mayor did is I called him up and said, this is my plan. He said, someone needs to fix up that store, and he brought in everybody, every one of the department heads that I had to work with to make sure that everybody knew what was going to go on, and that really just helped us so long in getting this done. You have a great staff.
Well, it makes it easy for us, Dr. Schaefer, when you bring a great project to the city, because this is an incredible project. It's a credit to not only to our city, but the entire state of Alabama. Well,
we enjoyed him, and we're going to talk to Jason in a minute. And again, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Chief Nick Durzis. Hoover's known to be a safe place, and I've known the chief when he was, again, I hate to say how far we go back because you already know when we started, but we don't have issues here, and I know you do, but it seems like we don't. Is that because he's that good, or is it just our city?
I think it's our community.
I'm just saying that for you, Chief.
I'll have to cheat a little bit because Chief and I also go back more years than I'd like to count, but he does an incredible job, but he's got an incredible staff that helps him do the job the right way. And citizens cooperate, they communicate with us well, and it makes us one of the safest cities in America.
And I'm also Jason Cobb, the president of Chamber of Commerce. You did such a good job. I hear that you're staying for 2 years.
That's correct.
You've lost your mind, I assume. So tell me, the Chamber of Commerce, how many members? It's about 300, I know.
300
So,
plus. I mean, it varies from time to time.
and could you tell us a few things y'all are doing?
Well, we are a partner with the city. The chamber works in tandem with the city with what they're doing with all the events. But some of the things that the chamber does on its own is whether it's the golf tournament or the Forks and Corks, which just recently came up. Of course, you participated. Thank you very much. What that's to do is for scholarships for underprivileged kids. Lila Sparks, scholarship. And so what we try to do is take that money, those funds that we receive, and provide them to students that are going to go to college that need the money.
And this is the kind of partnership we look at with private and city together, because again, we're talking to City of Birmingham, we're going to talk to City of Trussville, we're talking to City of Hoover. I love partnerships between business and city. I assume that's what you need to really move a city
It is,
forward.
and you've got to have regional cooperation within the cities. We work well with all the local cities, with Birmingham. We've got a wonderful working relationship with them, Vestavia, Pelham, all the surrounding cities, and regional cooperation's the whole key.
And I want to talk about, because when I got the talking points, I realized that the University of Alabama is going to play baseball here. I mean,
Start in February. We've got 29 home games.
So that must be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, to have
That's huge. That's I think it's going to be great for the city, great for the mat. I also think it's going to be great for Alabama baseball. I think we're so sports orientated around here that when people start going here, that they'll continue on at the new stadium in Tuscaloosa.
And for y'all that don't know, right before the SEC tournament, which we can talk about, which is one of the greatest things that happens in our city, Vanderbilt, who's the national champions, are playing Alabama the weekend before?
The weekend before SEC kicks off.
So you're going to have a busy week.
We got a busy couple of 3 weeks there, so that's going to keep us really jumping. But we got a great staff to handle it. SEC was huge last year. We handled over 130,000 people that week, and makes it a lot of fun.
Well, I can tell you it's just great to be part of the City of Hoover. I want to thank you for spending 2 years, because it really is thankless when someone becomes a president, especially, I really think 2 years is the best way to get things done. So I thank you. And I know you're at Americans First Credit Union, is that correct?
Correct.
So you started a whole new division, is that fun?
It's the business lending side, so it's a wonderful opportunity, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, so can we have some money? You can leave some money as you leave.
And as you know, it's a huge time commitment on Jason's part.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's why, it's people that give back in all kinds of ways, whether it be time or sponsorship. So Mayor, I just want to thank you for taking the city with the city council to where we did. And I do want to thank the city council also, because they were wonderful. Unfortunately, Jack stops by here all the time, and I got to put up with Jack, as we all do. But
he only leaves my office coming to yours.
yeah. So, but everybody that they participate, make the city work. I thank you for being a fellow businessman. I know I can wave at you across the street on both sides. I've got the mayor working on one side on his city and on his company, Crest Cadillac. So thank you very much for being here. I really can't tell you what Hoover's meant to me and to the family and to the whole Schaefer family of 140 of us. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
This program is paid for by Schaefer Eye Center and does not represent the views of this station.